Hey everybody. I am here. Hey everybody, I'm here. I made it. In fact, what am I? I'm 1 minute early. So, thank you guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming to my live stream. This is my every other Sunday, 118-375 Toy Talk. And I think I've got a little bit of things to talk about today. Hopefully, we can go at least an hour, maybe more. Um, Let's see. Um, if you're new here, I am Diehard 3.75, Tony Creek. Hey, Jabalong, how are you? Rad Toys, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. The WMC is represented. All right. Thank you for coming. Yeah, every other Sunday, I've been doing this live stream here. Um, right around this time, 6:05 is when I like to start. Sentinel, welcome. Thank you for coming. Sentinel is my mod, my one of my good close buddies here. All right, and Brian Elder, thank you for coming. Wow, got a couple of the other 118 guys here. Awesome, thank you. Thank you guys for coming. Um, now I'm a little nervous. I wish I had a better show planned for you, but no, it's still going to be fun. I still got a couple things I wanted to talk about. Um, Kind of slowed down here, I think, because we're at the end of the year, and so the companies, the big boys, Hasbro and those guys are kind of slowing down, I think, because this year is sort of over for them, new toy wise. But there is still a few things that came up that I'd like to talk about in the news. But before I do that, I always like to recap like the last 2 weeks here on my channel. I did post 4 videos in the last 2 weeks. So I mean the last 2 weeks because the last time I came on my last live stream. So I did do 4 videos. I did spotlight some Fresh Monkey Fiction Eagle Force figures, Savitar and the Goblin. They're great figures, 2 suited figures. And that video I posted last week. Um, the sort of the theme for that one was, and again, I always try to do a bit of a photo montage over music in the videos. And in that one, the kind of the theme was that they were in some kind of like an Asian kind of kung fu um, theme, like an 80s kind of uh, kung fu. So that was where the kind of the music, the idea for that music and the shots that I took um, that was where I was going with that. I'm not sure if that's how it came off, but that's where I was going with that one. It was a lot of fun to shoot that one. The other video I did was for the Red Shadows, the Skeletron figures, the modern ones. I don't have the O-ring figure, and they still haven't come out with 6-inch figures yet. But those won't be on my channel though, because that's not what my channel is. My channel is 118-375. But I did do a video on the Skeletron, the modern Skeletron figures, the red, the silver, and the camouflage figure. And the photo kind of montage in that one is I noticed that they looked really, really good in like black light. All of the Skeletron logos and things really popped in the dark. So most of those photos were took in the dark. Um, yeah, the Skeletron figures are awesome. Um, I try to be honest in the videos though, so I did kind of point out the 2 things that I kind of noticed, but they're darn perfect figures in my estimation from the things that I like. I always kind of preface it by saying, that what I like and what I think is like a perfect figure or close to perfect figure, someone else might not. Um, maybe it's missing this or that, or a thigh swivel or an arm swivel or something, but those were darn near perfect, and I really, really like them. Have you not seen Kung Fu Hustle? I haven't seen Kung Fu Hustle, no. Hey guys, sorry I missed your live stream earlier. Oh, okay. Hey Pirates. Welcome, Pirates. Yeah, I didn't get to watch Brian's stream either. But about Jones is the best kung fu movie ever. Okay. I haven't seen that one either. Yeah, I've got kid duty on Sunday until 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock my time. So that's why this stream starts at 6:05. So I have 5 minutes to kind of set up really quick, use the restroom, get here. So I don't get to watch Outer's show live. And I miss sometimes a lot of times I miss Pirates' show too because he's East Coast or Eastern. I'm Pacific, so it's always early. I'm usually still at work. And Rad, your show, I end up usually having to watch that on replay too because my wife gets off work on Friday around that time. So I'm usually on the road. So I catch all your guys' show usually on the replay. But thank you for coming tonight to mine. You definitely have to catch Ninja Scroll. Okay. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I know Robo didn't, the Fwoosh did some figures for Ninja Scroll in 6-inch. So yeah, the red Skeletron I thought is like my favorite of the three, but they're all really good. So that video's up. The theme was kind of black and white, kind of glow in the dark. And then I did my November haul, and I did my latest pile of loot from Big Bad, which it wasn't like this great big haul, but it came. So I shot a separate video of it. So two kind of haul videos. Um, I'm in Hong Kong in the land of the Kung Fu House. Oh, okay. Is that where the movie's from? Or is that's where Kung Fu originates? I imagine it does. We all have lives outside this amazing hobby. Yeah, we do. We do. I'm hoping though, this because the holiday season's here now and I'm going to be taking some time off work. I've got one more week. I kind of push through. These last 2 weeks have been really busy. I had a deadline for on Wednesday that I completed, and I thought that meant that I was kind of cool for the next week. And then I got dropped one more thing. So I've got one more project that I need to wrap up and finish by Friday. And then I think I'm clear sailing through the new year. So I hope to do a lot more videos. I have a lot more videos planned because I still like to do videos. This is a lot of fun to talk to you guys and chat, but I do still really like doing the videos too. But I always want to do like a really, I want it to be a best video I can do, and they take time. They take time to shoot and to edit, and then take photos and find good music, and all those things kind of. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a Hong Kong movie. I've seen pictures with the Chat May robots. Okay, no, no, I haven't seen any of the Chat May stuff. But that's a great segue though, Sentinel. So we'll start out. We'll shift right now into the news, and I always say this is the news that kind of interests me. It's not all of it. It's just kind of the things that stuck out to me. If there's anything I missed or anything you guys want to talk about, we could do that as soon as I kind of run through the things I have here. I don't have too many because it's kind of slowed down. But since you brought up the new Chatmay robots, I have not seen those in my area, but I did find these today. I'll share with you guys. I picked these up at my local GameStop. It's the only place I've seen them, but I imagine they're on the way. And that is the new Captain America, the Brave New World figures. And I found these both at my local GameStop. And they are part of the Epic Heroes line. So I hadn't heard about this, but I'm imagining there must be this sub line of Epic Heroes for this movie. So maybe there'll be a Thunderbolts line too. There is no cross sell, so I don't know if there'll be any more. These were the only two. They had one each. So I used my $5 coupon, grabbed both of them. These will be in my next haul. So we got a Red Hulk with a car door that it's kind of melted. I don't know if you can see that. And then we've got the new Cap, and he's got these kind of a funky play action feature. I don't really know if I'll use that. But yeah, brand new line I hadn't heard of. First time I've seen these, only time I've ever seen them. So I grabbed them. You saw those at GameStop. Okay, you saw them too there. So maybe GameStop's got the first dibs on those. Well, if you're free Wednesday after Christmas, you should come on to our live stream. Okay. Yeah, I'd like that. I haven't seen the Chatmate Acid stuff yet. Haven't seen those. Saw those. The Red Hulk looks good. Yeah, I don't have a Red Hulk, so that's a pretty good Red Hulk. It looks like it's the same, body as their Green Hulk. But Red Now, didn't realize they were doing a new movie. Yeah, it's coming out, I think, in February, so those are quite early, I think. But I imagine they'll be everywhere once they're out. Hopefully, there's more characters. It's not just the 2. Um, oh, does it? GameStop in Canada gets the stuff first. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Maybe we could use that Red Hole. Yeah, that would definitely work. If you have, I didn't think about that. It's a good point. Um, I never did get it, but the Red Orc, the Boss Fight Studio, the Red Orc, they have a Red Orc, like a leader. I only have green ones, but yeah, you're right. This would work with that. Epic Gear. They're calling it Epic Gear, but yeah, it's a door off a car. So yeah, I saw those, so I grabbed them. But yeah, I guess there's gonna be a new line there. Um, yeah, the old Marvel universe did have some Red Hulks. I never got one. So that's actually my first one. Uh, I ordered a custom Red Hulk head. Oh, okay. Oh, he never sent it. Man, I hate when that happens. Hate when that happens. That's happened to me before. Yeah, the female one. Oh, okay. Yeah, the female orc is really good. I think I have one or two of the girls, the green ones. The new green falcon fig would be great to army build. Yep. Yeah, that one's good too. Yeah. I think I did do a video on that one. So they love both versions. Okay, cool. All right, so that was the first kind of news that I wanted to talk about was the new Brave New World figures. Let me share my screen here. Got a couple small things to share. Let's see. We're gonna share this one. But let me change the page here first. We'll start here. Okay. So kind of along the same lines, I found this in my on ToyArk. I've mentioned this before. I follow the DC 3.75 appreciation thread, and I've been following it for many years. One of the guys posted that he had found these on a Facebook page. It looks like the Spin Master. There's a new, I think it's a web movie or a web show of short videos that's going to be on, I think, the WB or the DC YouTube channel. And yeah, there's a Joker mech too. Yeah. There's these two new mechs here that have, one's a Joker, one's a Batman. Not really my thing. But I know somebody else. It might be someone else's thing. I do like the Spin Master figures. I think they're a good deal. Um, But these look pretty cool. These actually look pretty cool. I guess, like I said, they're in support of this Metal Force web series that's going to be coming out soon on their YouTube channel. And I think it's the DC or the Warner Brothers YouTube channel. I'm not sure what it is, but I know there's other characters. Even Superman's in it. I watched the trailer. Um, I think Lex Luthor is in it, and they're all in these mech suits. So maybe they'll have one for each character. Yeah, these could be definitely be custom fodder. Um, and because the Spin Master stuff is 375, I'm sure a Star Wars Vintage Collection figure or any of the Star Wars stuff would easily fit in here. Um, any of their figures. Um, I know. Oh, that's a good point. Has any toy line never not done a mech? I know. Is there more lean Batman? I don't know. I don't know. And I looked at this Batman, and I think it's the same one that they've done, but the lower leg looks new. They've done so many now, I'm not quite sure. Um, but the thing about the Spin Master stuff, like you mentioned for fodder, um, at $10, maybe 12, 15, you could get a couple of these, or not. And if you break it, if you accidentally do something, you mess it up, it's not that hard to just get another one. We're not talking about an acid rain figure here or, something, a Joy Toy mech, right? A Joy Toy mech that costs $50. Um, so these look pretty cool. I think they look pretty cool. I think I like the Joker one a little bit better. Um, Does come with the card. I think that's a stand there that the card can go in, and maybe it has some pegs here. I couldn't quite tell what this smaller piece was. It does look like vac metal. You're right, that Batman one, it does look like vac metal. Um, I think I might try to get this Joker one. It does look like it's probably only 4 POA, or maybe not. It looks like there's a bend in the elbow, but maybe, nothing in the waist or the head. But I like this Joker one especially. I think, Jeff, you'll like this too because of the bubble helmet. It's pretty cool that it has a bubble helmet where, the Batman one, um, he's out in the open, which is what I always thought was weird about when Lex Luthor puts on his suit. You would think like Iron Man, you just kind of shoot him in the head because he has nothing protecting his head. So it makes more sense, if any of this makes sense, right? That it would have a bubble head. I like this Master line. Yeah, yeah, they do, huh? They do. Yeah, so they're coming out, I guess, anytime now. Um, and I would imagine there'll be, more characters. Um, but these were the first two to kind of that I found online. Dogman 2 or Spin Masters best, maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I've said this before. I always prefer the Spin Master movie stuff over the comic book stuff. But I know most people, not I think most people prefer the comic book stuff over their movie stuff. I've always kind of gone the other way because I like more realistic looking things. Um, but I could imagine like this suit, a nice wash on it would bring out all this detail here, and it would probably you could easily realistic this up. Yeah, see, I think Rad, I think you're that's the majority. I think you're in the majority. I'm kind of in the minority on that. Um, it seems too that they have their proportions now are better. The first couple lines of Spin Masters, they were really bulky, a little bit like Power of the Force 2 type stuff, where they seem to have slimmed them down, and they are a lot more realistic, even the comic book ones. Um, Keaton Batman from the Flash is amazing. Yep, yep, that's a good one. It's a real good one. Again, another segue there, Sentinel. Thank you. So you guys probably saw this, and these are also from Spin Master, but these are their new retro collection. Unfortunately, it says that these are 5-inch figures. Um, I'm a little disappointed. I would love to get, Batman Forever figures in this style. So I'm a little disappointed, but there's that great thing about our scale. When they go up, a lot of times our stuff will still fit. But, for those 112 guys, when it scales down, they can't get their guys in the vehicles and the play sets. So I might still give this a try, at least this one to get this Batmobile. Um, because these are 5-inch figures. It says, what is, yeah, 5-inch retro figures. So it looks like Spin Master is going to be trying to do a 118 or a 375 line and a 5-inch line at the same time. I haven't seen anywhere because we just looked at those Metal Force. Doesn't look like they're canceling the other line to go to 5-inch. It looks like this is an addition to or a sub line to complement people that want the retro stuff. Big feet and hands on the original Batman stuff. Yep. Yep. The hands, especially. 5-inch is the black sheep of toys. Looks like the repops of the Kenner stuff. Yep. 5-inch Batman would be better for 118 scale. Yeah. Yeah. Five POA. I would love, I always really liked Robin's outfit in this movie. The green, the metallic green. So it's unfortunate. I think that these are 5-inch, but I'm trying to spin it like positive as a 118 collector and say, you know what though, I think my Hiya Toys Batman or my other Spin Master Batman, he'll probably fit in this cockpit just fine. He might move around a little bit. He might jiggle around a little bit in there. But it looks like it's got that translucent blue plastic underneath there, underneath in the kind of the rib cage area. So and Spin Master again, the price point is usually good enough low enough, I mean, good low, to take a chance on it to see if it will work. And if it doesn't, it doesn't, because you're only like 10 or 15 bucks in. It's not a $50 um, item or more. Not a fan of the car. Still like the original Keaton car. Yeah, yeah. I usually cut off the hands and put in Joy Toy hands. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Never liked that Batmobile. Yeah, it's not my favorite. It's definitely not my favorite, but I like Batmobiles in general. So that would have some shelf presence there. And I could see maybe even, Pirates are rad. You probably would do this. Put some wings on that. Put some wings underneath it. From one of the other Batman, the bat wings or something, and why couldn't this thing fly? Why not? Um, Should be about 15 more colors on Batman. Yeah. It's funny is I just watched this movie the other day. I put it on when I was working. I just had it playing in the background, and man, it's bad. It's such a from the Batman Returns, so dark, Penguin and just dark, and then this they go to this. It's so colorful and oh, it's just such a letdown. Yeah, Sith Fighter. There you go. Yeah, I could make a good ship. That was kind of what I was thinking. I was like, wow, that looks like I can imagine somebody with more skill than I um, swooping that thing up. Yeah. So let's see. Does it have a picture of the key of it open? No, I don't think it does, unfortunately. But yeah, so that happened. Not a big fan of these type of figures or anything. It's definitely not the scale, but I think there's a possibility there to explore. Okay. So next thing. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about was the Gift of the Galaxy, the Hasbro stuff. So it looks like the TVC was blessed one more time here. You guys remember? I think it was the last time we were on. It was the Grogu in the IG 12. I think they named it 12 now. So he's like Krang from the Ninja Turtles. He's like in body. Now we're going to get the Heir to the Empire 3-pack here. Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I did pre-order this one already, and I love this set. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I love this set. I love Heir to the Empire. This is what I like. So I've always been I read a lot. I read Yak Face. I read Bantha Skull. You guys know I'm on Bantha Skull's website right here. And a lot of those guys they're my age, a little older. They tend to, I think, in general, I'm speaking very generally, so I know this isn't everybody. They tend to prefer original trilogy stuff. I'm about their same age, but I actually want a lot of times what the Black Series gets. I want new media, and I want what they now call Legends, but the EU stuff, the expanded universe. I want the characters from the comic books. I want the characters from the video games. I want the characters from the novels. This is right up my alley. This is what I want more of in the TVC. Now, I don't think that I'm the only one, but I think it more goes the other way, that people would rather have original trilogy and sequel trilogy. But this is where I would love to see the line to go. There's so many other characters, and that was why I had kind of shown this. I would love this Luke in red. I already forgot what it's called now. The Shadows of the Empire. I would love for them to do the figures from Shadow of the Empire, all of that stuff. Kyle Katarn, Dash Render. That's what I want. Use where it is. Yep, for me too. Absolutely, for me too. That's what kept me in Star Wars all those dark years. Reading these books, all of them, the Truce at Bakura, all of them. I read all the books. Actually have a collection over here of right there of almost. I almost have all of the trades, the not the trades, the paperback, the small ones, of almost all of the expanded universe. I've read most of them. That's what I want from this line, man. And I don't think this is I think this is just a bump in the road. I don't think they're actually going to do many more of them. But I was really excited to see this pack. This was a no-brainer. This was a hands down buy. As soon as it went up, I pre-ordered it. Um, I always wanted this Joris. I don't know how to say. I always used to read the name Saboth or Seaboth. I don't know how you really say it, but I always wanted this guy. Always, always. We're getting the bad. Yeah, I don't think we're getting the Bad Batch. I hope so, but I don't know. Definitely like to be there too, especially the old Mandalorians. Yep. Imperial disguised Luke. Too bad. I know. Yep. Yep. Sabathaw. Sabathaw. Yeah. See, I never knew how to say that. I always read it a certain way. And I always just kind of kept that when it's hard for me to unread it that way now. But these figures look fantastic, man. I can't wait to get them. I'd love to see TVC go more this route. I know they're always going to have to do kind of the new media and sprinkle in, original trilogy and sequel and prequel, and that's cool. But I love that this pack was, I think what they should have done though, and I'm just speaking general, they should have, and hopefully they will do an army builder from Heir to the Empire, whether it's like the Negroni or like they did with this Luke here. I would army build this Luke all day, and I would just keep his helmet on him if he was single packed and he was TBC. So hopefully we'll get some kind of an army builder out of the Heir to the Empire stuff, or any of the EU stuff. Yeah, that's kind of a rumor, isn't it? That they might do the Bad Batch ship as the next HasLab. Yeah. Yep. The pet that nullifies the Force. Definitely. Yep. Yeah. The Salamare. Can't remember what they're called. Salam. It's another one of those names I used to read, and I don't know if I ever was actually pronouncing it correctly. But yeah, that little guy right there. And I think I have actually all of the Thrawns that they've made at 375, except the Rebels one. And I've mentioned this before. The the expanded universe Power of the Force 2 stuff that had Thrawn, it had Mara Jade, Dark Luke, Clone Emperor, um, Jedi Knight Leia. Those were actually the ones that got me back into collecting, like in 1998, 99. I saw those. I started looking more into it because the Phantom Menace was coming soon, and I went out and bought all of those. And that's actually what got me into collecting as an adult, was the expanded universe stuff, because that's what I had always wanted as a kid. When I was reading the books and in between movies, I wanted if the line was to keep going, I wanted the characters from those books. Which Luke and Imperial Disguise. Yeah, I've got a couple of those too. Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, I look at those like really good times in my life, reading those books. Um, and the story's still going on, at least in my mind. And then you meet someone that read them too, and you're like, "Oh, isn't that a great story?" And like, "Yeah." And other people had no idea what you're talking about, because even like for my brother, it ended at Return of the Jedi. Story was over. Um, but in fact, it had kept going. It had kept going. Um, but yeah, so that happened, and those were kind of the three news items that I had for today. Because, like I mentioned, it's kind of slow right now. I think it's probably going to be slow until we get to New Year's. Um, the 2008 Compact Throne looks pretty. Yeah, that one is pretty good. That one is pretty good. And probably, yeah, that was the best one until these new vintage collection ones had come out. Shadow, yep, on N64, yep. I remember Rogue, was it Rogue Squadron or X-Wing? That game on 64, that was like one of the best games at that time. Yeah, those books were amazing. They were like continuous Star Wars movies for us older folks. They were. They were. But yeah, I'm definitely going to grab these. Pre-ordered them, and I'm really looking forward to this one. This is a good one. All right, I got one more thing I want to show you guys, and then we can kind of open it up. If there's anything else anybody wants to talk about, I picked up a recent item from my man Grime City. You guys know Grime City District 3. You guys maybe some of you guys got this. It says sold out now on his page, but he did send it to me. I did buy it. I did finish painting it, so I want to share it with you guys. This I can't remember what he calls this. Let me look really quick. But I did complete it the other day. The weather's been really bad here. It's been raining a lot, really foggy. But any break in the weather I found, I went outside and spray painted. Always best to spray paint outdoors, not in your living room. Um, he's calling it a DIY sci-fi booth. So this guy, I went ahead and painted it, glued it up. It's now my camera's not very good, but I think you can see there. I did put like a pink wash over it. I think you can see that there. I got these from that Johnny Nostalgia. Oh, this is opposite. These are some Ninja Turtle posters, and I kind of just spiced it up. I threw a Grime City sticker that I had. I chopped it up, kind of put it there. But this thing is what do you call it? He laser cut. It's almost like balsa wood. Um, I'm not sure the exact one. You guys probably knows. You probably worked with this medium before, but I wasn't sure what I'm going to sell. What I'm going to have sold here. He did put. There's a little District 3, symbol, some Arabesh there. But the idea was so, it's like a blue, the pink wash, but then when you look at it this way, it's all blue. And then when you look at it this way, it's yellow blue. Yeah, you see that? Kind of wanted it so that way when I take pictures of it, it could be almost like two different booths. It just depends what angle you're at. And then, the pink wash. Pink wash didn't it almost looks like someone bubble gum drooled on it. So I might put another black wash over it. But you can see how he left it open. So maybe you could put a light or something in here so it could kind of shine through. This was $20 Canadian. So I don't know the conversion, but it was very inexpensive. And in fact, it just pops together. The only piece I glued was this, and that was to make sure it was flat instead of being kind of tilted. It's hard to see. It's hard to see, but this is perforated right there. Let's see if I can put the light. You can't really see that. But yeah, so this is kind of my newest world building item. Yeah, fellow Canadian. Yeah, he always sells out. Lay down. It's a great design. Looks great. Thank you. Yeah. $2 American right now. Yeah, 14 bucks. Yeah, it was really inexpensive. And it really, good quality. And the fact that you could paint it any way you want. This is actually like my wife's favorite color. So I kind of put it on there. And I ordered a couple off of eBay, some more posters, but they are from the Fallout. So I'm probably going to put a couple more little posters right here and call it a day. But yeah, this is a project that I worked on in the last 2 weeks and put together. So I'm probably going to shoot this and post on Instagram. I've been really neglecting my Instagram page. So I kind of already have an idea for the shoot that I want to do for this guy. But yeah, I just completed this maybe like 3 or 4 days ago. Yeah. So very cool. He has said in the past, I don't know how, if you have the $14, he does kind of say, he told me before, if there's something that says sold out, message him because he might still have one, but he doesn't sometimes I think want to keep it on the page if there's just one in case multiple people, kind of try to get it. So if you reach out to him, he might still have one. he's told me that before about other items when I was like, "Oh, I would like one more of these," and he's like, "Oh, I've got one right here. It's just it's not on the website." Um, but yeah, I that finished that up. All right. So that was kind of all I had today. I've only gone about 35 minutes. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? I can pull something up here on the screen. Have you guys come into anything lately? Um, Other shippers. Oh, that's true. I should have. I completely forgot about that. My American ignorance. I forgot you guys are having that shipping mail or post. I think you guys say the post. We say the mail. You guys are having that strike right now into the new Toy Turtles. Yes, I am. I am. So my next video is supposed to be the Joy Toy Ninja Turtles, and I shot half of it, and I just have not been able to finish it. I've been too busy. But in the meantime, those working on that video, I did get my Bebop and Rocksteady came in. Um, so I have them, and I got an email saying that my foot soldiers were in transit. So I expect them this time, or this week, I should say. But yeah, I love them. They're great. Yeah, yeah, they're fantastic. Um, Same here. I've taken so long to manage to I just recently got my Rocksteady and Bebop. Oh, cool. Yeah, so we're in the same boat. Yeah, I haven't. I shot half the video and I just haven't been able to finish. And I happened to finish the Skeletron and the Fresh Monkey Fiction, and I was like, they're done. I just need to post them, and now I've got this turtle. What is that? Sitting on the cutting room floor kind of thing. It's like half done. I do. I do collect 118 Joy Toy. Um, I was gonna say all of it, but that's not true. Um, I'm really, really selective about the 40K stuff. I don't really collect 40K, um, the Warhammer 40K, but almost all the other stuff I do. I do. Yeah, the only 40K stuff I really got were the Tau Empire, and then I've got 5 of the Astra Militarium guys. I don't really care for the proportions of the big guys. Not my thing. They look cool though, and I always watch videos on them. And actually, not too long ago, I was watching a lot of their lore videos because the story's really good. And then I started watching, somehow I got down the rabbit hole and I was watching people playing the games and how good the stories are in the games. So I went looking for a 40K game that I might want, but I haven't I don't play a lot of games. I want to, I just never have time. Shredder and the Foot Soldiers seem to be close in hand in China. Yeah. Joy Toy's moving fast. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna be here any time now. I don't like 40K, but I'm totally into the Corvus Belly. Yeah, that's a good line too. Yeah, yeah, Warhammer is the deadliest rabbit hole, I bet. There's so many of them, you know. Um, it's a good thing I don't collect them. I couldn't keep up. I'm not a completionist, but I like to get what I want, but I could never keep up with that line. It's just there's too much. There's so many. I think for me though, the biggest thing and is the scale. They're out of scale to me. I know that they're bigger guys and they're all in scale with each other. But I like a lot of Star Wars Vintage Collection. I like the Corvus Belly stuff. Um, I like Acid Rain. And they're kind of too big to fit in that in my world, in my mind. The 700, I did see that. I did see that, and I was like, I mean, it looks great. That's a lot of money though. And it's funny was like a couple days after that, I'm sure you guys saw this too, the $700 Warhammer. I saw one of the stores. It must be like LT Cave or Cool Toys, one of them that I follow, or Gundam. They're offering payment plans on it now because I think so many people looked at that and said, "Man, $700 at once, that's a lot of money." But payment plans, we'll give you 5 payments, 4 payments, $200, whatever. Um, that might be enough to pull some people in. Um, do you find much on eBay? I find sellers your prices, shipping been at least 2 years since I used eBay. No, you know what I use eBay for? Well, um, Empire Toy Works, but I haven't got anything from him for a while. I just bought those little posters that I mentioned for the that I'm gonna stick on there. I like to find little small things like that. I use Etsy for that too, to find people that are making things, those small 1/18 scale things. But I just ordered a Marvel Universe figure, Doc Samson. Um, I've been wanting the figure for a long time. I found him in the wild here at a comic book store, and I passed on him, and I kind of regretted it. So this week I ordered that. I usually go back. Mostly use eBay to pick up older figures like Marvel Universe stuff or um, things like that. That I don't use eBay for new things. Uh, yeah, AliExpress. I like to use AliExpress too. Yeah. Much on eBay these days. AliExpress has some great deals. Yeah, AliExpress is kind of the way to go. Yeah. Love that the new Sentinels pay when released. Word is Hasbro's going that way forward. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, oh, did you order that big new Sentinel? Um, I was tempted. I have already ordered. They're on pre-order or back order. Are the ones the Sentinels? They're smaller from the video game, the pink ones. I ordered a couple of those, but they haven't come yet. MU Hawkeye. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, AliExpress is my jam. I know they're doing a lot of sales right now. Yeah. Yeah, eBay's good for older stuff, random stuff. Yep. Different 3D print sellers. Yeah, that's mostly what I've been using them for lately. Um, and people usually are pretty good about mostly. Um, it's when it's new that the markup is so high because they know people they're trying to find it and they know this, hey, this might be the only time. So they those scalpers, man. Scalpers. Oh, you got 2. You got 2 of those Sentinels? Whoa, that's cool. It looked really nice. I almost got one. By the time I got onto it and I went and looked, it had just ended. So I had just missed it. Good thing for me. Good thing for me. Thing is, I never been scammed on eBay. Yeah. I think eBay actually has a pretty good, like, return policy, or, like, you can claim if you never get the item. It's much more difficult, I've heard, if you get it and it's not what you thought, or you feel that the seller has, you know, manipulated the pictures or the text of what you thought you were gonna get. But I've heard if you never get the item, that's pretty easy to get a refund. It's when you get it and it's not what you said, and then you have to go against the seller, that can be kinda difficult. That's what I've heard. I've never really had a problem myself. Did 5 of the 3.75 Marauder from Barry. Oh, okay. Great design. 5 of them, huh? Wow. It's a lot. You're selling those, or you're gifting them or something, because that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a big ship. Um, yeah, I would I was actually hoping that HasLab that they did the Cantina, that it was gonna be the Bad Batch stuff. I don't think I'm not sure how many other people wanted it, but I definitely wanted it, over the Cantina. Again, I like more the newer stuff than the original trilogy, but I know that a lot of guys my age, they want the original trilogy stuff. That Cantina was high on their list. It wasn't really high on my list, um, but the Marauder was. But they went the other way. Gifting trades, yeah, I could see you getting a lot of offers for those trade wise. Yeah, that's good business. That's good. That's good. Carrot to hang out there that someone might go after. I wanted the Marauder. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Yeah, that's me too. Cantina's cool. I got it. I ordered it, or I backed it, um, and it'll go well with a lot of the other stuff I have. and the new kind of street dio that they've just kind of put out. But I would have preferred a ship personally. I did get my other Robo Skull just this week too, so I have them both now. And I'm a little worried though because I've watched people's videos of them putting them together, and I didn't realize, when you pop the wings onto the ship, they don't come off, or at least that's how I interpreted it from what people were saying. So you can't really put it back in the box. It's like permanently together. So now I don't want to get it out until I have the exact spot I want to display it because, otherwise I've got this massive ship that I can't really, even with my Razor Crest, if I wanted, I could put it back in the box and move it. But the Roboskull, it looks like once those wings attach, they're permanently on there. So I got to kind of figure out what I'm going to do with that. Hopefully this holiday I'm going to get my shelf up here. This is where my world that I've been building, Folsom 11. This is where it's going to go now, right here behind me. So where I'm going to start shooting my photos. Um, this is where everything's going to kind of happen. I got the shelf, I got the brackets. I just need to install it now. Hopefully, I'll have some time over the holiday here. Yeah, everyone does seem to be happy with it. Yeah. Yeah, I really wanna open it. I just once I do, then I have to kind of where am I gonna put it until I'm kind of ready over here? I can't do it yet. It can be 118 or 112. Yeah, it can. It can. And I do have a couple classified figures. I do have a couple 112 figures. I think like all of us, we probably have a couple somewhere, even if we're 118 guys. It's kind of hard to not have any. So I do have a few Marvel Legends, like not many, a handful, and a few classified, a handful. Um, I think I have like 2 or 3 McFarlane, DC figures. Every Skeleton has first class. Yeah, it does. That's what I was saying about the figures. For an independent toy company, their first offering right out of the gate, those figures are so good. I know we waited a really long time for it, um, but it was worth it, and I can't see anyone getting those figures, and it seems so far the ship too, have complained about the quality of the products. Everyone's gonna complain about the weight, because we're in that, you know, immediate gratification, everything instantly. Um, but the figures, everything's been so good. Um, so good. I'm curious to see what's next. Um, I have a big bin full of 112 figures, Marvel Legends, a couple classified. 12, and now I'm doing that. But I do have some nice figures in there. Yeah, yeah. Mine too. Mine are in a little bin, little box in the garage. Uh, to get me some Dusty and Recondo. Yeah, the Dusty, the Jungle Force Dusty, I've seen at my local Ross. Is that one of the ones you're looking for, Sentinel? In terms of world building, Die Hard has a lot of. Oh, you're talking about me. I'm reading about myself. Yeah, I have a lot of Empire and Grime City. Yeah, Grime City is like my favorite guy, and Empire too. But yeah, I have a box of Grime City here underneath me. I can pull it out and we can look at some of it. Sir, what are the chances that a goof or a mistake on the new Batman line being 5 inch, like that goes with nothing? Yeah, yeah. You know what I was thinking about that was those McFarlane, the DC McFarlane Power Force, or you guys know what I'm talking about. They're also like in that same build. Um, Man, what are they called? Uh, Farland, DC. Let's see what pops up here. Superpowers. That's what I was thinking. They look more like the superpower stuff. Um, Juggalo. I don't know if you were here earlier. We did kind of talk about those, and I don't know. It's weird that they would go to the 5 inch line. Go to a 5 inch. It's not 6. It's not 118. It's just like in the middle. But I guess a lot of guys, uh, grew up on that scale on those figures. I wasn't one of them, so it's kind of foreign to me. Um, but they must believe there's a market for it. I always see those superpowers on clearance for like $2 and $3 at Walmart, Target. I don't really know anyone who's collecting the 5-inch stuff. But yeah, Boss Fight and Fresh Monkey, that's true. The retro stuff. Yeah, they're both doing it as well. What does Fresh Monkey call those? They each have their own line, but it's basically those it's the same thing. It's the superpowers, articulation, and superpower um, scale of body. What am I thinking of? The shape of the body, that sort of skinny leg, um, huge upper body, proportion. That was what I was thinking of, those that certain proportion of those 5-inch figures. Um, I can't remember what the Fresh Monkey Fiction had a Rocketeer that I wanted. It was in that scale. I wanted in 118, but they're doing it in that 5-inch scale. Um, Long Box Heroes, that's what it's called, Long Box Heroes. Um, yeah, exactly, kinda like the Power of the Force stuff. Um, let's see if I can show you guys. Yeah, this stuff here, these same idea. Like, this is me, if these were in 118 and they were articulated, I'd want all of them. I'm just being really honest. I'd want all of these, but they're 5-inch and they're like 5 POA. So it's not my thing, which is what those new Batman figures look like they are. This was what I was looking at earlier, was like this superpower right here, this same body type, same thing. Um, Grendel, yeah. I mean, look, that's a awesome. Like, these are really cool characters. The Flea, I love that Rocketeer. I've always liked that movie. I have that movie in my movie collection. I love that movie. Jennifer Connelly, I love that movie. Always reminded me a little bit of Indiana Jones because of the period that it's in, fighting the Nazis and stuff. I just always loved that movie. But like this guy, I'm not sure who this guy is. I think is Grendel's this guy, I think, or I don't know the characters. I don't know all their names, but this guy in the red looks awesome. I'd love that figure at 118. Don't like that body. They look like regular people in cosplay. Yeah. Yeah. It's just not my thing. Let me see here if I can, the boss fight, because the boss fight, what are the boss fight ones called? They have their own, um, Sunday Morning Comics. Is that them? No, no, that's not them. I forgot what they're called. Let's be over here. Power Stars. There it is. This guy's same thing here. Luckily, though, they did do, these three here, they did do in 118, but not this guy. And now they're doing Popeye in it. But yeah, there must be a market for this scale and for the, guys that grew up with these. I thinking they must have obviously be after me. So these guys are a little bit younger than me now. Um, but not, I have no connection to these. Um, yeah, I mean, it looks like these guys have knees, right? That's what all of these guys have, knee bends? Yeah. Yeah, they all have a knee bend. Nothing in the arm though, or the wrist. Got the swivel hips. So they all these, but I could just think though, if you do collect this, we just went over three, and now the fourth one with the Batman, and you're like, wow, I get all these characters and all these different brands and IPs all on the same scale. I'm imagine all of these guys will fit in that Batmobile. Maybe you're like super excited now, maybe you're just totally, happy that you're getting 5-inch figures. I'm not gonna dog anybody, okay, that's cool. Um, but yeah, it's a cool display. Yeah, maybe it's a cool display of the packaging. I have not seen the packaging. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, I mean, that almost looks exactly like that. I mean, that's pretty close. Power Stars, and what was that? Superpowers. I mean, that's close, man. That's so close. And Reaction, yeah, Reaction probably has 2. Yeah. There's a toy for everyone. Yeah, there is. There really is. Um, Luckily though, like with that Batmobile, usually our 118 will, it'll fit in some of those bigger, slightly bigger vehicles and not look too off, not look too out of place. Problem is always they're kind of flopping around inside the cockpit. Um, but I it's all in your imagination anyways. So I think it's pretty cool. I I don't know if I'll get that Batmobile, but I'll definitely look at it, especially if I see it in the store. I'll probably pick it up and kind of should I, shouldn't I? I recently got in my pile of loot. I recently got the Mezco 5 Points Batman the animated car or Batmobile, which I'm going to open, and that's for 3.75. So I know it fits, and man, it looks fantastic. Yeah, yeah, we have a lot of options now. A lot of options. Very lucky. Very lucky. But yeah, there must be a market for these 5 inch. It must be. I Yeah, it's not my thing. Not my thing. But they look all right. I just wish they were in my scale because I would buy a lot of these. I would definitely get a lot of them. All right, guys. So that was what I had for today's show. I've almost gone an hour. I was hoping to try to go at least an hour. I always want to try to go at least 1 hour. I think a couple times we've gone over 2 hours. Um, I think I'll probably be back in 2 weeks. I'm not quite sure. It's gonna fall on the 29th, I think. So it's gonna be really close to New Year's. If I do come on, I hope you guys can join me. Um, I'll put up another, like a notification thing that I'm gonna do it just like I did for the last couple ones so that you'll know. Um, so please consider, subscribing if you're not and the little notification thing so you know when I do go on. But I'm pretty consistent every other Sunday around 6 p.m. And a lot of it, like we went an hour today, but a lot of it will do with how much news there is. If there's a lot of news, then we're just going to stay on. We're just going to keep going. If there's not, there's not. But we'll find something else to do. Um, Great show. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Just subbed. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Rad. I appreciate that. Means a lot coming from you. Um, yeah, yeah. So I'll be back in 2 weeks. If you guys ever want to talk, you can DM me on Instagram. And I'm always available. I'm always available. Love to talk 118 375 army building, world building, all that stuff. I know you guys all like to do it too. And even a little bit of customizing, right? A little bit. I try. I try. Um, yeah, thank you. Thanks, Pirates. Thank you guys, all of you guys for coming. I can't do this without you guys. So thank you so much. Um, Anytime you want to reach out, please do. Please do. All right, I think I'm gonna go. Well, next time I see you will be after Christmas, so we'll probably do a little bit longer. So hopefully I'll have some things to share, and hopefully you guys will get everything you want for your Christmas holiday, and we'll see each other then. Do keep an eye on the channel though, because I am gonna probably do several videos here in the next couple days, and I like to stagger them. So every 2 or 3 days, I'd like to drop one. All right. So thank you guys. Appreciate it all. Appreciate all of you. I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye.